Come on, Nikki. Okay, guys, giving blind Nikki a walk around the property. Puppy's with us. Hey, pup. Gotta do this multiple times a day. Give her some exercise, and she can't stay cooped up in the house all the time. Okay, let's go. Oops. She was so energetic, she just used to rip around the property, but she's just so afraid of bumping into things now. I gotta keep her on a leash or a chain. But the first day, she would just, as soon as she bumped into something, she would just sit down, lay down, and wouldn't move. I'd have to pick her up and carry her because she was just so scared of bumping into things. But she's getting better. Puppy's gonna take a dump. Okay, guys, I thought I'd just give you a little glimpse of her. I'm doing the best I can with her. I just posted on a German Shepherd group I belonged to for years. And there was a lot of people on there. There was like, I don't know, 2.4 million people on there. A lot of them have blind dogs. And they said, you know, hey, it's not a death sentence, so they'll get used to it. Yeah, sure, they're depressed and sad and everything at the beginning. Come on, Nikki. Nikki. At the beginning, but they get used to stuff. But her one eye that the vet unstitched is, you know, pretty tender, so I don't want her to hit that on anything. I wish they had like a sonar sense, but she'll just run straight into something and yelp, and it's only happened a couple of times. Like keeping her in my sight every second of the day, just so she doesn't hurt herself. But anyway, I'm just hopeful that she'll come around. Have a semi-good life. Wanted to give her a real good life, but come on, Nikki, come on over here. But these are the cards I'm dealt with, so she's got a friend and puppy. Anyway, guys, I just thought I'd show you that. I'm not sure what I'm going to do on this video, but sun's starting to come out now, so we'll get started on something. And like I said, I'll keep Nikki tied up here temporarily, so she can keep an eye on her, and so she knows it doesn't bump into anything. Okay, so I'll be back. Welcome, folks, to Clunkers and Classics. I think we're going to do a video on the El Camino here. Okay. Last video we got this transformed, the whole front end of the Nomad. Got a cowl hood on it. The SS grill painted, HID headlights, got the new signal lenses, a front spoiler, air dam. It needs more work. Really, I got to bleed the brakes, and it could run and drive. And then we're going to start on the body, paint and body, well, body work, then paint. which will take quite a while. But in the meantime, I got a couple of trade offers on this El Camino. One guy, subscriber, commented he might trade me a 70 Skylark, but he didn't have no pictures or nothing, so still dealing with that. Another guy almost traded for an 82 Corvette, which is worth a whole lot more than this. So we need to do some more work to it. Okay, this tire here was the worst. Now these 4 tires and rims came off this IROC, and I picked up these different year IROC rims and tires for, what was it, 150 bucks. So and the tires, they're okay tread, but they're weather cracked, just like. But anyway, they all held air. So, well, actually one started leaking. But anyway, these rims that were on it, all three rims were leaking, and all the chrome is all pitted and peeling and stuff like that. So you can see here, it's just all crappy. And so those rims are a lot better on the IROC. Now these ones, I took the tires off the IROC rims and put these 4 tires on, figuring it was the tires that were leaking. These are 4 different tires, and guess what? 3 of them leak. This one was the worst, go flat in a day or so. I took it off, put on some goop around the tire bead sealer stuff. It did last about 3 or 4 days. Now it's leaking every couple of days again, and this one's leaking too. So it's not the tires, it's the friggin' rims. Something's wrong with the rims. They're not rusted in there. They're I don't know what it is. So I didn't try bead sealing the other 2, just the one. Put a water hose to it, you know, and check it, and there's no leaks. I don't know how it's leaking. So what I'm gonna do is the old rims and tires that were on this Nomad, they didn't come with the Nomad, they were off another car that I had, are right here, and one of them was leaking, and I bead sealed it. It's right here. It's been off here for a couple of weeks now. It's still holding there. Same thing, decent tread, but they got weather cracks and stuff on them too. Not the best. There's cracks here. So what we're going to do is we're going to put these 4 rims and tires on the El Camino. That way they're not going to leak. Don't have to keep airing them up and all that stuff. So that's the first job. Okay. The second job. I bought this without a drive shaft. Someone had taken the drive shaft or whatever. It might have been in a, I don't know, guy that owned it must have sold it or something. It was just completely missing. Was this one? Yeah, this one was a GM one, but it was off a newer, I don't know what it was off of, but it had them plastic seal instead of the clips. So let me just light my cigarette here. So the back U-joint was shot, so I replaced that. But then I found out that the front U-joint was loose. So every time you put it in gear, it clicks, and plus it had a dent in it. I got it from a junkyard. They had a whole bunch of them off, and it was dented up. So who knows if it's going to vibrate or whatever. But the yoke part of it was so rusty that it went about halfway in, and then I had to use a hammer and beat that front into the transmission pretty hard just so I could fit the back U-joint on there. So it was rusty. I'm hoping it's going to come off easy. Well, but first what we're going to do if we're going to measure it first, get it up on ramps or whatever. And the 77 car here, if it's the same length drive shaft, I guess I could just measure the wheelbase, huh? Instead of getting underneath there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe one's got a short shaft, one's got a long shaft. We'll have to measure it. So what we're basically going to do is switch drive shafts. Okay, and because this one most likely is going to be a parts car. Still haven't heard from Art. His brother died. He said he'd be by in a couple of weeks. It's been more than a couple of weeks now. Don't know when he's gonna call or drop by to see if he wants the parts off of this to build his. Okay, I do got the hood up. So let me just find the latch here. These hood hinges are a bit messed up. Okay, this had no rat damage on this one. But the El Camino, it's all eaten up, and they even ate through the, is this it here? Yeah, see this steel braided ground? That's even eaten up and missing. So we're gonna, I don't know, I might have one laying around, but for now we're gonna take this off here, put it on the El Camino. These, see, here's another one here, 2 of them. I might have some around, but I don't know. I doubt it. I remember having some. Okay, then the plastic, I don't know where they are on this. Oh, that came off again. They should be here somewhere. I don't have my glasses on. I might not be able to see them. The plastic, and hopefully 76, 77 is the same. The vacuum wires for the heater control, there's, I don't know, 3 or 6 of them, 6 under the dash, 3 that come out here and plug in. I'm gonna look better. On the El Camino, they're all eaten up by the rats right from underneath the dash. So I think we're gonna everything that's eaten up that I don't have or whatever, because I did some repairs on the El Camino. You know, a wire going to the alternator and stuff like that. But if there's a complete system all so messed up it can't be spliced in, we're going to take it off of here and put it on the El Camino. Okay, I don't know how long this video is going to be, how much I'm going to get done to it. I'd like to do some interior work on the El Camino too. I don't know if it's, yeah, I'll have to get up there and look. Okay, let's go over some more stuff here. The El Camino, and if you haven't watched the last Nomad video, Nikki had a bad accident, it's blind now. So I'm doing the best I can with her. Oh, we're gonna give it a leak test. I'll check it right now for water. It's been sitting out here a while. Shit. She's full of water. Up here too. Don't know where it's coming from, guys. I remember Art's car 8 years ago. It kept filling up with water, and I told him, listen, before we, you know, I took out all his interior because we replaced all the floorboards were rotted out. And what it was the water was leaking in through the body here and coming down and leaking out. So that might be what this is doing. We're gonna have to give it another leak test. So I guess carpet and stuff is out of the question for now. I got some seats in a Hyundai Santa Fe that might kind of fit, look halfway decent in this instead of this old ripped up piece of shit. I may take them out, try to fit them in here for now till we fix the, oh, his on Arch, the area was all filled with leaves. We took all the leaves out and all of a sudden the water drained out. Might be what this is. Okay, here's the vacuum lines I was talking about. See, they're all chewed up. So we're gonna see if the 77 is the same. And it looks like it unplugs right there, or unscrews or something. Okay. Now the stereo, it lights up, but there's no speakers. This thing, I don't know if I cut all the wiring for the speaker. It didn't have speakers in it, but the wiring for it, I probably cut it all. So we're gonna connect some speaker wires to this and see if it works. If it works, we're just gonna leave it in there. At least we'll have some tunes. Okay, so I think that's, and there's a bunch of little stuff, but for now, I think that'll really take care of a lot of it. Get the tires so they all stay up, get whatever I went through, get all that taken care of, and maybe put it up for sale. I don't know. May fit them seats in there, or at least get them out, cleaned up. And then maybe put it up for sale and see what happens, see if I get any solid trade offers or cash. Maybe take it for a test drive, I'm not sure. Okay, so let me change the tires first off, and I'll be back. Okay guys, I got the wheels swapped. Tell me what y'all think. I mean, at least these aren't gonna leak. Go back here. Okay, measured drive shaft. This one's 4 inches longer than the 77 coupe, so can't swap that. Yeah, I could probably just change that front U-joint, but I'm not going to now, right now. Okay, let me get with the vacuum hoses and wiring and stuff like that, and I'll be back. Okay guys, I forgot I had a clip I made about a week or two ago with the side molding inserts. Let me put that in right now and I'll be right back. Okay guys, I just got in. I went ahead and bit the bullet. Bought this for a little under $100. I was like 98 bucks or something. But what are you gonna do? Yeah, I bought this. It's the old 80s type rivet on molding. You cut it to length, put ends in it, rivet it on there, and this one had fallen off, so I put another rivet in there. I might have to do a little surgery on the. Anyway, I did this part here. You put it in, and there's a little piece I cut off. You put one end in, and then it usually goes in pretty easy, but I don't know if this is old or what. It's like friggin' 70 degrees out, so it's heated up. But anyway, use a screwdriver, putty knife, and push the top in anyway. Get the bottom started and then shove it in there and go all the way down. Anyway, it'll take a little while. Back in the day, they used to make a little wheel and you put it on there and put it on in a few seconds, but I don't have any of that. So anyway, yeah, this rubber stuff had been missing from the moldings, so it was just kind of bugging me that it's missing like that. So I'm gonna put that on while it's nice and sunny and hot out, and I'll be back, show you the result. I think it'll look pretty good. Okay guys, I got it done. Wasn't easy. I don't know, I think that stuff might have been new old stock or something. It was really hard. I had to really beat that thing on there. But anyway, and I was beating it so much it popped a rivet or two off this one, so that's just kind of dust and dirt there. But anyway, that's done. I'll be back. Okay, got the side moldings on there. Okay, just got both of them up, hoods up. Got the windshield squirter hose. I robbed that off the other car. That went there. These two, they got some gnaw marks, but they seem to be okay. This one goes to the other squirter. This goes to the reservoir over there. Okay, this is cut off here, this ground. Well, chewed off by the rats. Now, on this one here, it's a double type one. See? Right here. And this one goes up to the hood. And this one goes down back behind the engine. Behind the engine somewhere. I can't, as Vice Grip would say, can't see nothing. And I can't. I've got a flashlight, but I can't. And then this ground here goes down here, and the same thing. I can't see nothing. I don't know where it's at. But anyway, then this vacuum deal here, this has something to do with the temperature controls, all the busted vacuum. So this one goes here, and it's supposed to tee off and go in here. But of course this one's got an Edelbrock intake and carburetor on it, so it's not the same. But it's all missing. But I looked on Art's. I even got Art's hood open, so we got 3 hoods going here up. So this tees off. One goes over here. Then one goes into one of these little vacuum. I don't know. This one looks like it just loops back. This here looks like it connected to that. Loops. I don't know if you can see it. And then this vacuum line here goes all the way to here. But anyway, one of them goes into here. Tees off there to a big one, and then tees off into a little one, according to Art's car. But Art's car is a little bit different. Don't know why. Okay, remember that. Yeah, we'll go over to Art's here real quick. Art's hood's been shut for 8 years. He's got dirt daubers and some rat damage, I guess, before I had the cats. Now, you can see his ground right there. It's going up to here. I don't know, you know, firewall to firewall, doesn't make sense. Somebody must have done that. See, he's got some rat shit here. Okay. Yeah, see, I don't know where that goes. But okay, if you can see here, here's the big one and little one. So the big one goes here, then it tees off and goes onto the intake, and then it tees off onto a little one here, and then this little one. So it's got two of them going in here. So that's the way it's supposed to be. But I can't rob anything off of Arts. I don't want to. So, okay, so if you can picture that. How you doing, Nikki? You doing okay? So yeah, so this is a factory one. So this will, okay, well this has got the, okay, this got the T. So this goes to that, where I got plugged off. Okay, and then that goes to a little one. But these are what's all been eaten up. They got 3 of them coming out of here. Well, this one's busted off here. So we got, so anyway, they go into here somewhere. Well, right to here. There's the 3 right there, eaten by the rats. Okay, so them 3 go to these 3. But then again, this one here's off, so figure out where that one goes. But it's probably best not to hook any of it up, because I don't have anything to replace all this stuff. I don't know if they make something. But basically it all works off the vacuum on this intake, which is plugged off, so that's fine there. And then of course these 2 lines here, they go right there. They're blocked off. But that's for something else. That goes to there, and then this one's eaten by the rats too. That goes up. These are all like little heat sensors, switches or something. I don't know where any of that stuff goes. The other one's got the Edelbrock intake, so it doesn't have any of that. I can rob. So it looks like we're probably gonna have to leave all that. I don't know. I can check and see if somebody makes that whole vacuum line harness and replace it all, but for now that's up there. Okay, so this ground here wasn't eaten, but it's just loose, and I can't feel nothing down there where it attaches. But I'm gonna attach it to something. Okay, not up here like Arts. That was weird. So I got a little one off the 68 Nova parts car. I don't know how much good that'll be. Then I got this one off of like a 2000 Durango, and that was a ground. So if anything, I'll connect this one to the engine down here and up there, and try to connect that other one to something. At least get the grounds, you know, just get that out of the way. There's another vacuum line. Look on Arts and see if that has it. The other car doesn't have this heat riser thing because of the Edelbrock intake, so this is all missing. Yeah, not that it matters, but I just like to know where everything goes. But yeah, it's okay. So I'll be back when I accomplish something. Okay guys, on the other car over there, it's got a ground right to the intake. Of course, it's an Edelbrock. There's a bolt right there. And I thought, well, that doesn't make much sense because the intake is, you know, with a gasket, so it wouldn't ground to the engine. So anyway, I run this ground here that was busted to right here. I couldn't figure out where behind the motor it was, but this way it's actually got the intake, and then it should ground up through the bracket and the AC, and this is mounted to the head. So kind of like taking care of it twice, right? Head and the intake, if the intake's got to be grounded. I don't know if it does or not. Anyway, that's about all I can do underneath the hood, I think. Okay, so I think what we'll do, so I turn on the key, and there's the stereo comes on, so it's getting power. But it had a mess of wires that I probably all cut. So I'm gonna see if I can find the speaker wires and maybe hook up a couple speakers, see what happens. If I didn't show this already, here's the other. See, it's like a harness that connects on there. I don't know, I'll have to see if somebody makes it. Here's another wire that's just not connected to nothing. Let me get underneath there, and that's probably a cigarette lighter. Probably just cigarette lighter or something. I forgot to clean that out. Oh, I need to put a little silicone on this dash cover. Okay, yeah, let me hook up some speakers, and then we'll move on to some other stuff. The gas gauge, you know, when you turn the key, well, turn the key on, it goes all the way down here. Once it's off for a little while, it'll go up to about the middle. Oh, we want to take this shifter deal off the other car. Pop this pin out of here. This one's too far gone to steel wool. The other one, I think it's got a few little spots. We can steel wool the other one up and stick it on here, make it look a little bit better. Okay, so let me get rolling with that, and I'll be back. Okay guys, it's the next day. Here's the shifter from the other car, cleaned up with steel wool. I put some little dab of silicone on them spots where the tape is. Fixing to untape that. If you haven't heard the Flowmaster, she's loud. Okay guys, I'm going to take a break from working on this. Gonna have to start working on some stuff for my blind dog here. I just give her we just walked around the property about 3 times. She's starting to get a lot better. I'm gonna take her to the vet tomorrow, because that eye socket, even though she's blind, it looks like it's turned, and she sleeps with her eye open, but she can blink. Anyway, the cats have come out. Even though if they get too close to Nikki, she'll try to still go after them. And now Puppy starts going after the cats, but the cats don't seem too worried about it. Puppy's already chased them up the trees. And anyway, yeah, back to feeding time at the zoo. Okay, so what I'm gonna do first, I'm not gonna show a whole lot of this, just I'm gonna build a ramp. It's got these stairs that were here, and you know, Puppy's 11, and she doesn't have the common hip dysplasia, but she's just kind of weak in the back end. She can still jump, like jump in a car, jump in the back of a car, okay. Getting up in like the Jeep and the big truck, tow truck, she has a little bit of a problem, so I gotta help her. And sometimes, especially if this is slippery here, she has a hard time reaching this top deal here. So what I'm gonna do, and of course Nikki, being blind, she actually knows to jump down, but getting back up is pretty hard. I usually have to carry her back in the house, and she's 60 something pounds. So I'm gonna build a ramp. Okay, build a ramp down here, kind of like a wheelchair ramp type thing. And I didn't really want it. I thought about building this a while back for Puppy, but since I got Nikki, I think it's a must now, because you know, I keep Nikki in the house all at night, and I don't even want to keep her like this outside, but that's all I can do. Okay, so yeah, I didn't want to have it extended too far out where I would run over it with a car, so I'd really like it to come out to about here. I think that might be okay. Might be kind of steep, but you probably noticed all this. You think it's junk, but my father is moving, and he said whatever was in his barn we could take. Me and my brother took a bunch of stuff. I don't have anywhere to put it, really. I didn't want to, it's too much work trying to make room for it in the garage or one of the old mobile home sheds. So I got a bunch of wood here and plywood, and I think we're going to make a ramp out of all this stuff, and then, or some of the stuff, not all of it. But I don't have no paint, and it'll get slippery. Just the steps get slippery when it's rainy, or so I got a whole bunch of this old roofing matting. I forget what it's called now. I'm going to cover it with that, and then I got some roofing shingles, and we're going to cover it with the roofing shingles, and that'll protect it from the rain from rotting too much. But anyway, I'm no woodworking expert, but you know, pull a bench out here and start cutting up some wood. I know I got a big thick piece of about 3/4 inch. If I don't have it here, I got a couple of sheets in my garage, and I'm going to use that, use the sturdiest stuff I got. So I think I'm going to do that for now. I'll come back when it's pretty much done, and then we're going to clear out well, I'll be back when I get that done. Okay guys, this is what I come up with so far. Built like a brick shit house. Yeah, I know the bottom piece will probably rot out, but not much I can do. It's free. Okay, so I'm going to cover it up with some tar paper and some shingles. Now I'll be back. Okay guys, there it is. There was a roll of this all-in-one shingle, so I didn't have to sit there and put 15, 20 shingles on it. There's the extra there is enough to do it again if something happens to this one, or I want to double it up, but it's good enough for now. I don't know if I ever get some water outside exterior paint, I'll paint that, but I believe these are I can't think of the name, with the weather treated, except for that bottom one I don't think is. I think the rest is. So anyway, that's one job down. That's hopefully Nikki and Puppy can get in a lot easier, in and out. I'm gonna put a little gravel down here, and I think that'll be okay. Okay, so I don't know if I'm gonna start this or not, or go back to the El Camino, but I have to build some type of kennel thing for Nikki for when I go to you know, go out shopping or something like that. And the only you know, I don't want to put her in a little crate or anything like that. I mean, for now I'm gonna be bringing her in the car, and hopefully she'll stay calm in the back seat. She should, but I need a more permanent place for her. And I'm thinking this carport here, damn music, I hope I don't get copyrighted on it. So hang on for a second. Okay, so I thought about converting one of these carports into a rapid fence, and keep her in there, make a little door for it. That way, I don't know, I belong to a German Shepherd group on Facebook, a couple of them, and I told the story a little bit, and man, there must have been 50 to 100 people that have got blind dogs, and they were like, don't put her down, she can lead a great life. I've got one and it does great. So Anyway, they're supposed to get used to their surroundings. Like they're saying, you know, if you're if it's a house dog, just don't move the furniture or nothing like that, because once they know the route, and even stairs, you know, one lady said, yeah, she was so scared of going up a stair, but now she can just tear up that stair up and down in a couple seconds, blind. So if I make one of these carports and close it, and then she gets to know the boundary, at least she'll be able to run around and stuff. Because right now, see, she's on this chain, and she just kind of, she doesn't move around very much. She'll walk maybe a couple of feet, and because you know, she bumped into the tire there a little while ago, so she remembers the tire, and she don't know if she's going to bump anything. She trusts me. If I'm on the leash, we can walk around the property, and I keep her from bumping into stuff. But by herself, she's afraid of that tire. So if I make and close this, then she should know the boundary, and then she'll know that the whole open area is hers, and she can run and jump and do whatever she wants. Okay, so, and I got 3.5 acres here, and it's all fenced off with that chicken wire type stuff, and get big rolls of it there at Lowe's. So I think that's what I'm going to do eventually, maybe not right this second. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean all this stuff out of here. I don't know where I can put my GTO, probably with the Corvette out in the weather. I was going to clear out this whole middle area and put some more carports, but really, if I ever sell this property or something, that's where the house would be, because of the septic and the electric and everything. Way before I bought this property, the old couple I bought it from, there was a big brand new double wide mobile home there, so that's how it got all set up. And you know, they didn't make their payments, and they repoed the double wide, and this old couple bought it, and they put all these mobile homes on here, 4 of them, and rented it out for about 15 years, and they just got all trashed, completely trashed and vandalized. Got all the hot water heaters, appliances, copper. They went through and just ripped all the copper out of the walls and stuff. Fucking vandals. So anyway, I didn't really want to put, because see, once I put these carports here, I cement them in. See, there's concrete there because the ground's so not level. There's concrete there, and then this side's, I got it all concreted. So it would be the same up there, because the whole property kind of slopes down, which is great for when it rains, because this place dries out in a matter of a couple hours. There's no puddles or nothing here. It all eventually drains. Problem is, it's all rock underneath here, so you can't really dig more than 6 inches. In fact, a lot of the property, it's just, you can see the rock. It was hell putting up a fence all the way around. Okay, so anyway, I can't put any carports up there because I'd have to level them up, concrete them down, and they're concreted down because of the, you know, they're supposed to be good for 200-mile-an-hour winds, but who knows. So I put the concrete, little extra support there just in case. So yeah, I put these 2 in first, and they were expensive. There's like $1,700 each. Of course, it's probably cheap compared to the prices now. They're probably doubled in price. Who the hell knows? But yeah, I think they were $16.95 each, and that's for the guys coming out putting them up. And then later on, I found this place, almost, well, they're probably a little bit smaller, but not much. They're shorter, and they were $1,095 each. So $2 grand. The guys come out and put them 2 up. well, first I put up these two, then I had the shop built, then I had the shop and these two built at the same time. So yeah, and the shop was only like $5,800. No concrete or electric though. I'd do that myself. So anyway, I kind of surround myself in this little area with the cars, and I don't think I have any more room for, I don't want to put, see, I can keep an eye on everything here. If I put stuff on the other side, I'm not going to be able to see them, and vandals might think it's easy targets. So I didn't want to put anything back there. Anyway, I'll figure out what to do with some more carports, because I need to cover up the GTO, the Corvette, the 78 Nova. I still, that, and then I'll have the Nomad. There's 4 right there. And my Camaro and Firebird and Jeeps, they all stay outside in the weather. Well, these are somewhat outside, but see, we got a lot of hail here. So these protect mainly from the hail, because hail can do a lot of damage. They total out a car in 5 minutes. So for now, and I went over the story of this 240Z here, but I'd like to get that out of the way. I don't know if I can right now. I might push it up or something and put all this stuff right here where the 240Z is. All this stuff here. None of it really needs to be underneath here other than the lawnmower, but I can stick the lawnmower underneath the Corvette Le Mans carport. And I didn't want to put it here. This was supposed to be an area to drive from here over to here, where I got the 68 Nova and the Corvette. Although I can just move these Corvette and Le Mans out of the way and pull in a car there or out, because the septic tank's right in the middle there, so I can't go in between them. I either have to go this way or this way. So I was going to kind of keep this cleared out, so that's why I didn't want to put all this junk right here, but I might. Okay, so I think the first step is to clear all this stuff out, then move the GTO, I don't know where, maybe just right in here somewhere. Need to start it up anyway. I need to start up all these cars. In fact, probably this video, that's what I was kind of planning on doing next too, is the other video I said we'll wash up this Nova, maybe take it for a ride, check out the paint after, because it's been like probably 10 months I've been working on this damn Nomad. So I finished the Nova like 10 months ago. So yeah, probably in this video, it's going to be a long one, we'll get that washed and start it up and check it over and everything. Then move the GTO over here and clean out all this stuff here. So that's what I'll be doing. So I will, well, see, one problem is I got a couple engines here. Well, just this engine here is in the way. I'll have to move that just a little bit more forward. And then what I think we'll do, because this is up over here, I think all I'm going to do is put in a little door. I'll have to move all this exhaust here. That's from a parts car Corvette. And just put in a little door right here. Really just enough for a dog, maybe just up to here. Get some metal, weld it, and just have a little door and bring her in and out right here. Because she's not now. She's very docile and scared and all that stuff right now. But before, she was strong as an ox. And German Shepherds, man, they can scale a 8-10 foot wall if they wanted to. They're very strong. They're known as escape artists. So if she ever comes around, which hopefully she will, and get all her energy and spunk and everything back, yeah, I want it built pretty tough so she can't accidentally jump out. If that would just kill me if I was running an errand or something and came back and she jumped out and got loose, because she'd definitely injure herself or something. I don't think she'd get out of the property, but she'd be running into things or something. I don't know. So anyway, I'm going to build it real tough. I'll probably, you know, because I think that chicken wire type stuff is only up to about here. I think it was 4 foot. So I may buy it, you know, put it up at least, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 feet. But I can't put wood or tin or anything there because she's going to be outside. I got to have her in the shade because of the hot summers. And she's going to be staying inside the house with me at night. But during the day, she's got to be out of the sun, and got to be able to, there's always a little bit of wind coming. So we need the wind to come through the fence and cool her down. Okay, so, you know, in case I got to go somewhere for 4, 5, 6 hours or something, go picking up cars and stuff. I want her to be okay here in the middle of the day. Okay, well, I know it's a lot of rambling, but let's fill up this video with stuff like that because that's what I'm doing right now. Okay, so I don't know. Let me clean all this stuff up, and I'll be back, and it should be all cleaned up. And we'll start up the GTO and move it, start up the Nova. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, guys, I got a lot cleaned up. Got all this stuff pushed back, except for this engine. There's an 89 Chevy 350 out of a van that ran. We started tearing it down, put it in another car, but we decided not to. So that's all the accessories. And then we're going to put it on an old 4-barrel, and that's kind of shot. So I have to get a truck or something with a chain and pull this up. Just probably put it here. That's a motor shot, 6-cylinder out of a Jeep. I don't know, probably just leave that there. Put this motor here beside it. That way this will be all opened up. Then I got this LT1 engine here out of a 94 Z28. It's going to be right in the way. I kind of need to move that over here so I can get a truck in and push this. I got a scrap pile over there. I'm going to push it right into the scrap pile since it's friggin' scrap. And it's probably worth some money to somebody, but I can't really sell it. It's like a mechanic's lien on it. Asshole didn't pay me. Owes me $2,400. Anyway, yeah, that's the next thing. We'll push that over there, pull this motor out, and then that should be like tomorrow. Then we'll start the GTO up and the Nova up. That way I can get the Nova. I can drive it around, but probably put the GTO in here somewhere. Maybe that in the Corvette or something. I just don't like keeping stuff on display for the in case there's any thieves driving down that road. It's nice in the summer, you can't see over there, it's all green, but winter time it's I don't like putting stuff over there. Keep it over here hidden. Okay, so yeah, it's t-shirt weather. Super Bowl Sunday today. Been out here sweating. It's supposed to be nice next couple days, I think. I can't remember. It's like probably 65 today. It's supposed to be 72, but then a chance of rain the next couple days. So anyway, I'll be back tomorrow, fixing to go in and watch the Super Bowl after I give Nikki a walk around the property and puppy, and we'll come back and do what I said. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, got the Corvette started up. Of course, they all got to be jumped. Batteries don't last forever. I think we're just going to back this one up a little bit. Not much, but good spot for this, or the GTO. Okay, got the GTO, had to boost it. He's running a little bit rough here. Need to. Now we got bad gas and everything else in it. Belt or something squealing. Let's see if she'll. Got the factory. I forget what them shifters are called, but. Might be a little bit low on transmission fluid. But see, this shifter's busted. There's a little deal to keep it in park, and it's busted off. Park her here for a minute. She's a 1970 455, 370 factory horsepower. Hasn't been no mods done to it. It's even got the original quadra-jet. So to get this thing over 400 horsepower wouldn't take much. Wouldn't take much at all. Headers and a Edelbrock intake and carb. She's way over 400 factory. Yeah, she runs real good. I just don't just haven't done much with it. And it's kind of funny because it is a real GTO. One of like 7,000 something made. Got standard brakes, got power steering, but it's got drum brakes on the front. Drum brakes on a GTO in 74. You know, it's just weird. So yeah, one of these days we're gonna do a front disc conversion on it. And I don't know, I got the Pontiac PHS, Pontiac Historical Society's data. So I got like the build sheet type thing, what this car was ordered with. I don't know about a posi. I don't even think it had a posi. But it come with the factory buckets, somewhat of a console. This isn't factory, but this is, like I said, that little pin's busted. Yeah, anyway, I got some videos on this. I've done a lot of work to it, but I'd still like to do more. Okay, so I got a little trailer that I got in trade, and I'm going to bring that over here and get this Jeep motor out of the way, and then we'll drag this other good 350 motor up here somewhere, about where the lawnmower is. We'll use that one day, and it might as well be around here. But yeah, we need to get rid of that. We just did the Jeep right here and pulled the motor and just dumped it. So yeah, other than that, it's pretty much cleaned out. But we're gonna do that. I don't know if I want to pull the 240Z up front somewhere or push it back there. I can pull stuff, but I don't really have anything good to push that with. I might get an old tire and stick it there and maybe push it up. But I don't know, I'll have to do something with that. It's a 1970, so it's worth some money even in that condition. And eventually I'll get a mechanic's lien on it. So I don't really want to push it in the weeds. I may pull it up front. Okay, and if you notice, if I didn't say, got this area pretty much cleared out. Well, not cleared out, but easy enough to move this stuff over to get the Nomad in here to paint. We'll get that done. We'll get the 72 Nova started and washed. I don't think I'm gonna wash the GTO or nothing because we're not gonna take it for a ride. Okay, I'll be back. I forget, I just went and got my mail. So from Too Fast Todd, thanks for the shifter, but yeah, I already used the other one. I don't know, I may put this one on or use it for the Malibu. No, actually, you know what, Todd, I think this one's different. The ones I had little teeth there. He said it's off of Monte Carlo. Anyway, that and this and little plumbing thing he didn't need. Okay, yeah, appreciate it. If anybody else wants to send anything, it's in the description, but there's the address. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, guys, jacked it up with the hoist. Have to drop her down on there so we can move it. Okay, I'm gonna hook this chain to this motor and pull it up while I'm here. Then we'll go dump this over in front of the old Jeep that it came out of and park the trailer. So I'll be back. Okay, guys, got it there. Putting the old trusty Jeep to work. So turn the radio down. See if that works. Hey puppy, guide me. Tell me if it's moving, okay? I think it spun around. It turned a little bit. I was well protected. I had this bubble wrap on there with the old intake. And then here's all the bolts and accessories and distributor and throttle body. Anyway, that's out of the way. So we're just gonna set that up, cover it up real good, and save it for a rainy day for another future project probably. Okay. We'll move this engine out of the way and I'll be back. Okay guys, just started up the 78 Nova. That's what I took on Power Tour last year. Still runs great. I'm gonna move it up here and then the GTO in behind it. I got my burn barrel working overtime here, burning up a bunch of brush and yeah, I don't think I've driven this thing since last June, July. Paint looks pretty good on it, but that's the Nissan 2K. We're going to check out the 72 Nova with the acrylic, although it hasn't been sitting in the sun. So yeah, I'm going to move the GTO up here for now. Figure out what to do with it later. Anyway, I'll be back. Okay guys, I got it all cleaned out. 100% chance of rain tomorrow, so it's going to be the next few days. I'll wrap this thing in chicken wire type stuff, and I'm not sure what to do about the ground. I can't concrete it, it's way too expensive. But I do have a bunch of gravel, but no wheelbarrow. That's a lot of labor to kind of sprinkle a little bit of gravel on here. Could probably at least fill up the holes. But anyway, we'll save that for next video. I know this video is like probably way over an hour long, but I wanted to get some stuff in here. So we started up the Corvette, the GTO, the Nova, the Jeep, although I've driven the Jeep a few times. Now the 72 Nova. First off, the gas pedal wouldn't even work. Big old dirt dauber all the way here on the linkage. Chiseled that away with a screwdriver. Sprayed WD-40 on it. Then the negative cable was broken in half. It was a cheap little, you know, those what the imports use. It was rusted and just. So anyway, I had a new negative cable. Put that on there. This is part of the jump box that went dead. So I poured a little gas down the float, started right up, first crank, boom. It idled till it run out of gas in the float, and I had to do that 3 or 4 times, and then I could see gas coming through here. So anyway, finally it idled on its own, and then it would just like bog down, like it wasn't getting enough gas. It's either that or the float bowl was filled with shit, but I don't know, the filter should have taken care of that. So it kept starting right up and then just idle for a second, then die. And I got it this far out, and I don't know. I was going to bring it over there and wash it, but it's going to rain tomorrow. I'll figure out what's wrong. I had to put the booster box back on the charger. This dash is good. I took these gauges out for something. I can't remember what it was. It's actually an AC dash, and I'm not spending $100 and something for the AC vents. And I had gauges in there, but I took them out. I can't remember what I used them for. Maybe the 78 Nova or something. So anyway, but other than that, all this is really nice shape and everything. But like I said, it hasn't had the sun beating down on it or nothing. And I'm still missing the molding right there, if anybody's got one. Metal. It's got to be a 2-door. 4-door ones won't fit. Okay, so yeah, and it's just standard steering, which is really hard because the motor had standard steering. I haven't got no power steering brackets, no nothing. But the original car came with the power steering box. Although I left it open, I should put some plugs in there. Eventually, I'd like to get all the correct power steering stuff and put on there. And it's got to be the old style. It can't be the newer style with the integrated head with the intake and everything built on. It won't fit. Tried that. Well, I didn't try it. I just knew that by looking at it wouldn't fit. Okay, so yeah, maybe next video we'll get this washed up, take it for a ride. It's just glorified barn dust, really, from all these dirt roads right here. Okay, I'm gonna pull it up here later after the booster charges. So anyway, yeah, we'll do that next video because this one's way too long. Okay, next video, I don't know. We'll do some more of this stuff and start up some more cars, maybe move them around, and build this kennel and do a little bit more work on something. The Nomad or the El Camino, most likely. Got a little bit of work to do that GTO. It's got that glass gas filter, and that's just notice that's leaking. But I got some new ones. Maybe do that, and the bottom radiator hose, I got a new one. When I put in aluminum one, the flex hose that was in it is all bent up, so I'm gonna do a little bit of work to that and get this one. Just connect the gas line, see if it's pumping out a lot of gas into the carb. Might have to take the carb and clean out the float. I don't know. And now the gas, I think I put a new gas tank and gas gauge in this, but now it's reading empty. But it's showing gas coming up through the filter. Okay, and I'll give some updates on Nikki. I took her to the vet today because the eyeball that's still in there, although she can't see, it's going sideways. I don't know if the vet can straighten that out. She can move it, and it twitches, but it's still bulged out and it's almost sideways. So I'm gonna ask him if there's any hope whatsoever of the sight coming back. If not, I might have to have him cut the other eye out and stitch it up. I hate to, but she had such beautiful eyes. But she'll always be beautiful to me, no matter what she looks like now. I'll do my best to give her the best life I can. Got the copyrighted. Hey Nikki, how you doing? You doing okay? We'll get a kennel for you here in a little bit. She don't like being on that chain. She thinks she's being pulled or something. So anyway, guys, I do the best. I'll tell you a quick story about 6 years, no, longer than that, 7, 8 years ago, when Puppy was about 3. She got hit by a car. I was standing right. She run across the street. This one when I had a shop, and there was cat. This is when she chased cats a lot. And there was an old lady with a bunch of cats right across the little street. It wasn't a main street. It was just a little teeny street. And it was at night, and she run across to the cats, and I was about to yell for her, because she, you just yell and she'll come back. But I see some headlights coming. I thought, oh shit, she might get hit by the car. So I run across the street, and I just stood there on the curb, and she come darting out. I don't know, I guess she didn't see me or something, or knew she had to go back to the shop. And she run right across the street just as that car came. And I mean, it was, I was standing there, I watched the whole thing. And it was a little Honda with a rubber bumper, and it just smashed her right on the front, right here. A couple inches more, her head would have been run over by the tire. Like, this guy didn't even slow down or stop. I guess he didn't see it. He must have heard the thump. But anyway, it drove her right into the gravel and threw her right into the ditch. And all she did was just cry. She was going, "Arr, arr, arr," and I was like, oh shit. And I picked her up and I carried her to the shop and stood her up, and she stood up, and all her limbs were moving. She didn't break anything. She was really sore for about 3 or 4 days. Anyway, it was like pure luck, absolutely pure luck, that she didn't get run over and killed. Because like I said, a couple more inches, it would have just, the tires would have went right over her head and crushed her. And I was standing right there watching it. So I thought, geez, God, or must be watching down and saved her life for me. So now we can come back to Nikki. Maybe it's God's plan to have her live this way. I don't know. But anyway, guys, thanks everybody for watching, and we'll get back to semi-normal here pretty soon. Hopefully Nikki will be happier, and like, comment, share, subscribe, all that stuff, and we'll see y'all next video. Thanks everybody for watching.